Well, right now it's looking pretty good. You don't see this very often around 4 o'clock hour, but look how fast traffic is going. This is just below the connector, or just below 20 on the connector. So looking really good right out there right now, but there are a couple hot spots we want. But even though it's a lot of green, there is some red, so there's always a bad side. Right by Spaghetti Junction, things are slowing just a bit as you try to get off 285, speeds around 13 miles an hour over there. And 400, we're seeing similar slowdowns as people head north on 400, speeds at about 11 miles an hour for them. But again, overall, a lot of green, except for the regular areas you always see the slowing of traffic. And if you're coming south on 85 into the connector, you're going to see a slow go there. Right now it's in the orange. And then coming up, I'll tell you about another area. East-west connector is shut down at Cooper Lake, and I have more details about that. So if you can avoid that area, you definitely want to. Another check on your traffic coming up. All right. But overall, it's looking really good. Now, one of those hot spots that I just told you about is by 285 and 85. You can see just by that connector slowing down to about 13 miles an hour. 400 also slowing down already just a little bit. Speeds right by 285 at 11 miles per hour. But when you get to the actual connector, going the south or north direction, it's not too bad. Speeds are still into the 20s, but an area you want to be concerned about. If you have to take the east-west connector, it is shut down at Cooper Lake, so you want to take another route over there. You can actually take Cumberland or 285 and bypass that. So there's definitely a lot of things going good, but still some areas you want to be concerned of, and I'll have another check on your traffic in just a moment. And then all of a sudden, 2 accidents back to back. Right now, you're looking at 400 just by Spalding. There's an accident at Abernathy, so you can see how far up the delays are starting to build and how quickly, because literally 5 minutes ago, it was almost smooth sailing. While it did slow down a bit by 285, that's normal, but it was not a big deal. But now we have 2 lanes blocked just at 400 and Abernathy. So we're starting to see more slow go and slowing down as you get throughout the area. By Spaghetti Junction, it's still pretty slow when you get close to 85 and 285, just 13 miles an hour, and it's slowing down even more on 400 now that that accident is happening. Going into the connector, though, it's still looking pretty good. That accident I was telling you about, another one that just popped up. This one is on 85, just by exit 102, and 1 lane is blocked right there. So things are just starting to build. You know, we had a good first start of the 4 o'clock hour, but it's already getting a mess. Now you can see in the connector, we went from orange and just, speeds into the 20. Now it's getting down into the teens. But I'll have another check on your traffic coming up. That's our tomorrow traffic tonight. Your morning and evening commutes looking really good. It's going to be sunny, so no rain in sight to slow things down a bit. But you want to stay clear of 285 westbound by 85. That's going to be closed from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then the Braves are going to be back at SunTrust Park. So if you can, avoid that Cobb Cloverleaf area because traffic is expected to increase. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you.
At Abernathy. So now, as soon as you get down, you're seeing another one. So we're not seeing things totally too good in that area, just starting to just see that building, and it continues to build. Overall, though, we were seeing really good speeds, but still slowing down over by Spaghetti Junction. It's about 13 miles per hour once you get to 285, starting to get to 85, and just slow go down that area. Now, as we go down into the connector, no accidents to talk about yet, but it's still going slow. It's going to take you about 20 minutes to get through, either from the top or the north, to get through the connector. But I'll have another check on your traffic coming up in just a few. All right. It's just almost at a standstill, but you can see 400 is starting to move a bit as they just cleared an accident that was just on the northbound lane by Mansell Road. So we're seeing good, I guess, mixed news. But if you look overall on the wider look of the map, you're seeing a lot of red. That means traffic is barely slow, and that's what we're seeing for most of 285 above 20. Literally all across from the west to the east, it's just a lot of red, and 400 has been one of those hot spots. You saw that accident that was blocking 2 lanes on Mansell just cleared, but further south, by Abernathy, there was another accident there. That also just cleared, but you can see all the red in the area as people are trying to get around that because it was building for about 30 minutes. But look at this, not just one accident right here at Cobb Cloverleaf, but we have 2, 3, 4 accidents on the highway. A lot of them have been moved off to the soft shoulder, but they are still causing that back up as people are trying to slowly move around them. So it's just been a headache. Overall, if you're going to take the connector, it's going to take you about 20 minutes to get from the north side to the end. So you want to pack your patience and keep with us because we'll have some more updates on what's going on the roadways right now. You can see it's just a delays going back. The accident is actually at Fulton Street, but you can see delays all the way back up to the West Capitol Avenue. So it's not really looking good out there. And we're seeing a lot of things starting to build. Overall, a lot of slowing down throughout the area, especially on 285. You see a lot of red from the eastern flank all the way around. Another hot spot today was 400. Had multiple accidents, and it's leaving behind a residue that has people going around 5 to 15 miles an hour as they try to get out or back into the area. One on Abernathy, that was a big one. That one is cleared, but again, it's just leaving a lot of residue and multiple other accidents throughout the area. Most of them are just causing things to slow down, but nothing major. And we'll have another check on your traffic coming up in just a few. All right, thanks, Molly. Right now, we're looking at one of the incidents that's causing a big headache for people. Now, this is 285 on the west flank. This is the southbound lane, northbound right here. You can see there's an accident blocking 2 lanes, and it's just causing a building all the way back to 20. So folks on the west side of 285 just having a hard time right now as they try to maneuver around the highway. You can see a lot of red, even on the eastern flank, all the way around to the area. Now, let's zoom in closer. So this is where the accident we were just looking again. 2 lanes are blocked, and you're seeing the building all the way back to 20 where there's another accident. So there's a couple things in the area just causing a lot of headache for people. Look at this. You have one up here by Cobb Cloverleaf, the one I just told you about by South Cobb, one at 20, and another one right here at 20 in Fulton. So there's just a lot of incidents in the area. Most of them aren't major, but they're just enough to disturb the driving pattern and just cause you a little bit of headache. Look at the travel times. If you're going through the connector, it's going to take you about 24 minutes to go from Brookwood Split to Langford Parkway, going the opposite direction northbound. Speeding just a little better, so it's going to take you 11 minutes to get that way. If you're on 85 heading north, gonna want to slow down you just a little. No rain in the forecast for your morning or evening commute, but you will want to avoid a couple areas. 20 at Wesley Chapel will be closed at 9 a.m. for construction, so try to avoid that area if you can. And then 285 westbound at 85 will be closed from 8 a.m. to 4, and then the Braves are back at SunTrust Park. They will host the Detroit Lions. First pitch is at 7, so of course the Cobb Cloverleaf area may have some extra traffic there. That's your Tomorrow Check traffic tonight. Back to you guys.
All right.
All the way back to 20. Literally, you're seeing the congestion come from where that accident is, but right here all the way to 20. So that's like several miles, a good 3 or 4 miles, but it's just been a nightmare outside. If you can look, all of this accidents, one right there, one right here. There's another one, literally just causing a slow go for most of the people in the area, especially when you get to the other side of 285 by Spaghetti Junction. You're seeing speeds at about 7 miles per hour for them. There's an incident that has been moved to the soft shoulder. That's at Chambly Tucker. But again, it's just causing a lot of slow moving traffic as people try to figure out how to get around that. And then also by the connector, you're going to see things slowing down. No incidents there, but you're going to see that it's taking a lot of time. Look at the drive time. It's going to take you about 30 minutes just to go from Brookwood Split to Langford Parkway, and about 12 minutes in the other direction. But once you get to 85, if you're going north, it's doing pretty good. It's only going to take you about 13 minutes to get. One is at Glen Ridge and 285. You can see heroes on scene right now, and traffic is being directed around this incident. So if you're exiting by Glen Ridge, you want to try to find another exit because this is going to take you a while to get past. Now, overall, as I said, it's been one of those days with a lot of incidents, a lot of red on the map, especially on the eastern flank by Spaghetti Junction, and then also on the western side by Cobb Cloverleaf. In fact, one accident that just cleared and is still a lot of residue behind is at 2 lanes were blocked right at Cobb Drive, and you can see that cleared, but you can see all the red behind that. Spinning all the way on the other side, things are still moving very slowly by Spaghetti Junction, about 7 miles per hour, and the connector continues to be a headache. But there's a game tonight, Atlanta United. They're going to kick off at 7 o'clock. So you want to watch out for the connector because that is going to be an area where you are going to be seeing a lot of congestion that has already started to build. And that's your check on traffic. I have more for you later. A little better than it was an hour ago, so kind of good. You're looking at 285 by Peachtree Dunwoody. You can see all of the traffic building up for folks heading north. That is just a headache for them, and it's continuing for most of the area. Just look at a wider look at the map. All these incidents were on the roadway in the past hour, so literally over 6 accidents. Good news is that most of them are off to the soft shoulder, but they're still causing speeds to slow down. Over by Spaghetti Junction, traffic right now is traveling around 7 miles per hour as it gets to 285 and get on to 85 and just continue in that area. When you get into the connector, similar speeds. Look right here, just 10 miles an hour. Again, a lot of the incidents that were going on have been moved to the soft shoulder, but we're still seeing that congestion build. But we're going to continue to see that because around 7 o'clock tonight, Atlanta United kicks off. It's going to be at 7 o'clock, so a lot of that congestion around the connector will continue for a while, especially in late afternoon hours when everyone's leaving the game. But look at the drive times right now. If you're trying to get from Brookwood Split to Langford Parkway, it's going to take you about 18 minutes. Speeds at about 28 miles per hour. Going north, it's speeding up just a bit, so it's only going out to your tomorrow traffic tonight. Couple areas you want to stay clear of. I-20 by Wesley Chapel will be closed for construction at 9 a.m. And then there also will be a closure over by 285 westbound, closed at I-85 from 8 a.m. to 4. And the Braves will back at SunTrust Park. First pitch at 7 p.m. So you want to stay clear of that area. That's your tomorrow traffic tonight.